Trump recently made some changes in the US currency. And the question in this video is cash over? Now, I'm going to give you a non political or biased take on this situation. And the true story is the story behind the story. Now, I'm going to give you guys this warning. This will be the last time I touch this subject because when I made a video on this a year or two ago, my video was demonetized, and that was the only time I ever saw a video demonetized on this channel. And some of you, my day ones, told me I need to leave this topic alone. So y'all want to pay attention to this closely because I probably won't revisit this again. Now, if you're new to my channel is designed to help you no matter where you are in your credit journey. And I teach you how to leverage your credit to make money. If you like that kind of information, make sure you subscribe to this channel, give this video a thumbs up, and you can get this free heart inquiry removal package at my website. Download it for free. The link is in the description of this video and in the pinned comment section. Now, this is a warning signal, and I want you guys to pay attention closely because if you don't take proper steps, this can hurt you and your family down the line. President Donald Trump announced Sunday he's ordering his administration to cease production of the 1 cent coin, whose buying power is long past its prime. Advocates for ditching the penny cites its high production costs, currently amount 4 cents per penny, according to the U.S. Mint, and the limited utility. Fans of the pennies cites its usefulness in charity drives and related bargain in production costs compared to the nickel, which costs almost 14 cents to mint. Will Americans miss pennies? The experience in other countries suggests no. Canada started phasing out its pennies a dozen years ago and urged store owners to round prices to the nearest nickel for cash transaction. Electronic purchases were still billed to the nearest cent. The move came after New Zealand, Australia, the Netherlands, and others dropped their lowest denomination coins. After dropping the penny or its equivalent, those countries have not looked back. After Canada stopped minting new pennies, it begins recycling them for their valuable copper and zinc, according to a 2022 report from the Canadian Mint. Now, why is this important? There is not one country that actually has any of their currency backed by any gold or silver or really issue of value. So when it comes to the United States, we are the same. Our money is just printed out of thin air where we used to be on the gold standard. So the problem is your so-called cash that you guys are talking about is nothing but credit. Let me say it again. Your cash is equal to a credit card. They just created out of thin air, meaning it's a Ponzi scheme against you. Because if you're a person that doesn't own any assets, you're being robbed of your most valuable thing that you have, and that is time. You can actually make more money. You can't make more time. So it's wiser for you to borrow the money instead of working for the money and investing in things and try to eliminate you exchanging time for this money. Because many people say, hey, credit cards have interest. But do you know the more they print, you have things double in price, and that's a tax on you. It's a type of interest. For example, this bottle of water, if you're making $20 an hour, they begin to print money. This go from $1 to now $2. Your rent goes up. Everything around you go up, food, gas. But the only thing that's not going up is your paycheck. And that $20 an hour, the purchasing power is going down. They're diluting your purchasing power. And what you got to realize, everything around you is going up, not because it's more valuable. It's simply because they're diluting your actual dollar and robbing you of your time. Now, you guys need to watch out for this, because what I told you in a prior video about the BOI being removed is your time to get business credit. And people in my group, like Sean, took advantage of this. He went from a 612 credit score all the way up to a 770 credit score in a matter of 6 months, and then was able to get to an 803 credit score and get business credit. You need to do some of these same things, because if you don't get your hands on things that's going to generate you income and then leverage to buy assets, you're going to put yourself in a very bad situation along with your family. It wouldn't matter what they turn this currency into. If you have a business or if you have an asset like a real estate property that you're renting out, I don't care if they turn the currency over. People need shelter and they're going to have to pay you in order to have shelter, whatever that currency is. So the name of the game is to control the asset. This is how the wealthy on both political sides, people, do you know, as billionaires on both sides supporting both agendas, you need to pay attention to that bouncing ball, which is that currency. And all of this stuff is political theater to keep you distracted from that one thing. You want to know what is right and working well for you based on that principle, because that's where you're being robbed at. They're robbing you of your time. You want to invest in assets and not liabilities. You want things that's going to generate you income and not put you in the hole. And the real story lies in something like this. You guys probably haven't seen this in ages. This is called an American silver eagle, and you're probably familiar, if you're in certain age groups, of this as a silver dollar. It's the equivalent of this printed dollar, but it takes about 37 of these to buy one of these, because only one of these are real money, a store of value, and one is just currency, and that's this printed dollar. It's currency. So if they're equal in value, why do you have to take 37 of these to buy this? Because this is a valuable metal, which is silver. And silver has utility now in green energy, things like batteries for different technology, and even solar panels. This is a utility type of metal. Furthermore, this here is gold. For a small increment of gold here, it's going to take you $93 to buy this at spot price. So it'll probably actually cost you close to $100. The ounces of gold for a gold over eagle right now today at spot price is at $2,997. You cannot get that unless you're paying over $3,000. And why that's concerning, because 10 years ago, you're looking at that gold eagle was $1,400, and now it's tripled in value compared to this. And that silver eagle about 10 years ago was only $12, and it tripled in value. Now, I myself actually trade out my currency for gold and silver, and I do this every month automatically, and I just have it to come out of my account, and I have it shipped to a certain place, and I store it. So if you guys are interested, I do have a link in the description where you can check that out. So imagine this, we all played Monopoly, and guess what? If you're the person that's going around the board waiting till your past go to collect that $200 paycheck, and if you're not buying property, the light company, or building and renting to somebody else, you're nothing but a consumer, and you will eventually be put out the game because all your money is going out the window. And this is what's going on with you guys right now. That is the story behind the story. As you are making $20 an hour, they're printing money, expanding the money supply. So you'll hear it as quantitative easing, stimulus checks that's actually being printed, coming out to you, created money, or you will hear a drop in interest rates. That's also expanding the money supply. That is actually putting more dollars into circulation. Now, the key is that you want to borrow in order to buy assets. For me, when I saw this, I was 20 years old, bought my first real estate property, just making $40,000 a year, 3 units, and then I was even able to make money at the same time as that property increased in wealth. Then I was able to leverage that property at 25 to buy the next real estate property that made me money. And both of these over time will increase in wealth. And so that first property that I bought, 169,000, now today is worth over 700,000. And I made money the whole time, because here's the thing, I did not want to work for money. You got to get out of that mindset. Most people with their credit are buying depreciating items such as cars, things that do not go up in value, that goes down. And these liabilities, you have to work harder while they're printing the money. So, what is better for you, to save and work and try to save $50,000, or you borrowing $50,000 and then leveraging that into a asset that can make you income? I never met a person in my whole entire life that just said, I woke up one day and decided to jack my credit up. No, you couldn't work, you lost your job, and you didn't have another stream of revenue. So if you're not careful while you're seeing all these things going on, it's a signal that your situation is getting worse because they printed this money to oblivion. And the US get to export its inflation because US is the world currency that everybody must use and trade on from the Bretton Woods Agreement. Now, hopefully this video was informational. And if you have any questions or comments, leave it in the comment section. If you have more detailed questions for me, you can go directly to my website and all your questions go to my cell phone. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Stay tuned.